Have you ever felt like you're seeing something that no one else does? A pattern, a truth, a deeper meaning hidden just beneath the surface of everyday life. It can feel like a superpower, a secret window into the true nature of things. But this gift, this ability to see what others don't, carries a profound and often unspoken danger. It can be a heavy burden, a path that leads not to enlightenment, but to isolation, misunderstanding, and even madness. Welcome to our channel, where psychology, philosophy, and the soul converge. Today, we're re-venturing into the shadows to explore the perilous side of perception, the danger of seeing what others do. The stories of visionaries, thinkers, and ordinary people who saw the world differently, and will uncover the psychological and philosophical price they paid for their unique insight, the gift and the curse. Some people see what others can't. They notice the invisible threads, the lies behind smiles, the truth behind systems, the pain behind laughter. But the gift of vision comes with isolation, because once you see, you cannot unsee. Awareness begins as curiosity. You start questioning why people act the way they do, why the world feels hollow beneath its noise. But every question takes you further from comfort, further from the illusions most depend on. The more you see, the less you belong. Conversations feel shallow. The things that once thrilled you now seem empty. Vision separates you not by arrogance, but by understanding. You begin to realize most people prefer blindness over truth. Knowledge carries weight. Seeing through illusion means bearing the pain others ignore. To see the machine is to feel its cold gears turning within you. You question your sanity, your purpose, even your identity. Is wisdom worth loneliness? There's danger in seeing beyond others. The mind can twist awareness into superiority. You start to believe you are chosen, enlightened, above the crowd. But that arrogance blinds in its own way. Even visionaries can become prisoners of their pride. True sight isn't about separation, it's about integration. To see what others don't is to love them through their blindness, not to destroy illusions, but to understand why they're needed. Wisdom without compassion becomes cruelty disguised as truth. The danger of seeing what others don't is forgetting that vision without empathy is blindness. You were never meant to escape humanity, but to remind it to look deeper, to see and still love what is unseen. When meaning collapses, the abyss opens. You start to wonder if nothing matters, if awareness is just another trap. But even in emptiness, something calls you forward. To see truth outside, you must face truth within. Every judgment you cast on the world mirrors your own shadow. You realize you've been blind not to others, but to yourself. There's danger in seeing beyond others. The mind twists awareness into superiority. You start to believe you are chosen, enlightened, above the crowd, but arrogance blinds more deeply than ignorance. When all illusions fall, even your identity crumbles. Who are you without the stories you believed? The thinker meets the voidant, must choose whether to drown or awaken. There are truths that words cannot hold. Silence becomes the only language pure enough for the soul. You begin to see that understanding is not the same as peace. Seeing what others don't doesn't mean standing apart. It means feeling their pain more deeply. True awareness awakens. Empathy, not superiority, but compassion. To see clearly is to see kindly. Judgment fades. Understanding grows. You no longer need to fix or prove, you simply witness. Awareness reveals not just darkness, but beauty, the quiet grace in imperfection, the truth that broken things can still shine. To see the whole, you must embrace both. Shadow teaches humility. Light teaches hope. Wisdom lives in their dance. You return not as a prophet, but as a participant. Awareness no longer isolates, it connects. You realize that to see the truth is to serve it quietly. Even in darkness, there is light. The purpose of seeing is not to escape the dark, but to become a light within it. Integration means accepting all that is seen, to carry truth with grace, to live with open eyes and an open heart. Vision without love is just another blindness. The danger of seeing what others don't is forgetting that empathy is the final truth. You were never meant to escape humanity, but to remind it to look deeper, to see and still love what is unseen. There's a concept in philosophy known as Plato's allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained in a cave, facing a blank wall. All they've ever known are the shadows cast upon it by a fire behind them. These shadows are their reality. Now, what happens if one prisoner is freed? They turn and see the fire, the objects, the source of the shadows. It's painful and confusing. If they venture further out of the cave and into the sunlight, they're blinded by the brilliance of the true world. This journey is a metaphor for gaining knowledge, for seeing beyond the illusions of the consensus reality. But Plato highlights a crucial, often overlooked danger. When the freed prisoner returns to the cave to share their discovery, what happens? The others can't comprehend it. His words sound like madness. They see him as damaged, foolish. They might even become hostile, viewing his truth as a threat to their entire existence. This is the first danger: social ostracism. When your perception of reality fundamentally differs from those around you, you become an outsider. You might see the flaws in a political system everyone else praises, the emotional manipulation in a beloved cultural tradition, or the emptiness in a goal everyone else is chasing. When you try to articulate this, you're not met with gratitude. You're met with resistance, ridicule, and rejection. People don't like having their reality questioned. It's unsettling. And the messenger, the one who sees differently, often pays the price. You become the strange one, the troublemaker, the one who just doesn't get it. This isolation isn't just a social inconvenience. It cuts to the core of our psychological well-being. Humans are wired for connection. We validate our reality through shared experience. When that shared experience is broken, a profound sense of loneliness can set in. You inhabit a world that is invisible to everyone you care about. This creates a chasm, a disconnect that can be incredibly painful. It's the feeling of shouting into a void where your most profound insights echo back unheard. This leads us to the second, more internal danger: the erosion of self. When everyone around you insists that the sky is green while you see it as blue, how long can you hold on to your own perception? The constant invalidation from the outside world can begin to plant seeds of doubt in your own mind. Am I the one who's wrong? Am I imagining things? Am I losing my mind? This phenomenon is related to the psychological concept of gaslighting, where an individual is manipulated into questioning their own sanity. But here, it's not a single person doing it, it's the entire world. The weight of collective consensus is immense. It takes extraordinarily mental fortitude to trust your own eyes and your own mind when they read in direct opposition to the reality presented by your family, your friends, and your entire society. Many who see differently eventually succumb to this pressure, either by forcing themselves to conform or by retreating into a state of chronic self-doubt and anxiety. Their unique vision, once a source of clarity, becomes a source of torment. Think of the great innovators and artists throughout history. Vincent van Gogh saw the world in swirling, vibrant colors and emotions that others couldn't perceive. His art, now celebrated, was largely dismissed during his lifetime. He was seen as a failure, a madman. His unique vision brought him immense suffering and isolation. Or consider Ignaz Semmelweis, the 19th century doctor who discovered that hand washing could drastically reduce mortality rates in maternity wards. He saw a simple truth that could save countless lives. But the medical establishment of his time, offended by the suggestion that their own hands were unclean, ridiculed him relentlessly. He was ostracized, lost his job, and eventually died in an asylum, broken by the world's refusal to see what was so obvious to him. Their stories highlight the third danger, the burden of knowledge. Sometimes, seeing what others don't means seeing the cracks in the foundation, the impending disaster that everyone else is blissfully ignoring. You might see the trajectory of a failing relationship, the toxicity in a family dynamic, or the societal decay that lies beneath a veneer of progress. This is the curse of Cassandra from Greek mythology. Apollo gave her the gift of prophecy, but when she rejected him, he cursed her so that no one would ever believe her predictions. She saw the destruction of Troy with perfect clarity, but was powerless to stop it. Forced to watch her most dire warnings be laughed off as hysteria. To carry this kind of foresight is to live with a constant, low-grade hum of anxiety. It's knowing the ship is sinking while everyone else is still dancing on the deck. You feel an immense responsibility to warn others, but your warnings fall on deaf ears. This can lead to a sense of helplessness, frustration, and a deep-seated cynicism about humanity. You see the problem. You may even see the solution, but you are utterly powerless to enact change because you cannot make others see what you see. This powerlessness is a uniquely painful form of suffering. So, what is the path forward for someone who sees differently? How do you navigate these dangers without losing yourself? First, it's crucial to find your tribe, even if it's a small one. In the age of the internet, it's more possible than ever to connect with others who share your unique perspective. Finding even one other person who says, "I see it too," can be the anchor that keeps you from drifting into self. These connections validate your reality and provide the support necessary to withstand social pressure. Second, learn the art of code switching. This doesn't mean abandoning your truth. It means learning how to communicate your insights in a way that others can digest. The freed prisoner in Plato's cave couldn't just describe the sun. It would be meaningless. Instead, he would have to start with the shadows, using shared language to gently guide others toward a new understanding. It requires patience, empathy, and a strategic approach. You cannot force someone to see. You can only point the way. Sometimes, the most effective way to share your vision is not through direct pronouncements, but through art, storytelling, or by simply living your truth and letting your example speak for itself. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, one must cultivate a strong inner core of self-trust and self-compassion. You must become your own anchor. This involves practices like meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature activities that connect you to your own inner voice and ground you in your own experience. You must learn to be comfortable with being misunderstood. Accept that your path may be a lonely one at times and find solace not in external validation, but in the integrity of your own vision. Understand that your perception is a gift. Even when it feels like a curse, it offers a richness and depth of experience that is inaccessible to many. The danger of seeing what others don't is real. It threatens our sense of belonging, our sanity, and our hope. But the alternative to willingly blind ourselves to what we perceive, to retreat back into the comfortable shadows of the cave, is a far greater tragedy. It is a betrayal of the self. The journey of the seer is not for the faint of heart. It is a tightrope walk between insight and insanity, between connection and isolation. But for those who dare to keep their eyes open, it is the only path worth taking. It is the path that pushes humanity forward, the path that paints the masterpieces, writes the philosophies. An ultimate danger of seeing what others don't redefines reality itself. Your vision matters. Protect it, cultivate it, and learn to share it with wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. If this exploration resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more journeys into the depths of the human experience. We'd love to hear your own experiences in the comments below. Have you ever felt the danger of seeing what others don't? Until next time, stay curious.